When you say the only value that being...
Holy shit. He said what?
Truly, I want to like something about her. I'm searching for something to like about her. And it's so hard because she suffers from such a rare disorder of being unable to just be a human. I used to not like Meghan Markle, but now I'm a fan. I don't know. I think she's funny.
Oh, pull it up, Jamie.
Would you ever run for office?
No.
Never.
No.
Never.
Never. Oh my gosh, I work so hard and I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
All right, so let me tell you something. Meghan Markle is all emotional again. But hold on, it's not about those royal problems or the usual headline chaos. Nope, this time it hits way deeper because the lights are not making her shine. They are showing stuff she probably didn't want out there. And guess who is stirring up all the heat? It's Candace Owens. And girl, things are getting seriously messy.
It's just so disgusting was, utilizing Princess Diana, someone who was very well loved in America, and pretending that you were speaking for her from the grave, which is something that Meghan Markle did.
Okay, so Candace comes in with her mic like she owns the room, saying whatever she wants without caring what anyone thinks. And she is totally dragging. Meghan saying she's basically using the whole victim thing like a money-making plan. And girl, she is not holding back at all.
I can't take it anymore. Get out, get out, get out. Uncle, make it end. Make it end.
And OMG, the internet is going crazy too. Like, people are dropping the funniest tweets and savage comments. You can just picture that one meme face or some viral GIF popping up right now because everyone is roasting left and right, and it's honestly too much.
He's also a fox.
Yeah.
Slay the dragon, save the princess.
Yeah, I loved it.
Hey, just sending love and checking in.
And like, when you look back at all those interviews and those super dramatic heart-to-heart talks and even those fancy podcasts and shiny Netflix shows, people are now saying it's all just one big performance. Like the same old script being played over and over again, just dressed up a little different each time.
Look at that face. She's not happy.
Oh, yeah, it's so hard to be pretty. So your life is so hard. You're a fucking princess.
There are times we get together and I'm like, I just want to have DoorDash come in. And you're like, let's make some. And I'm like,
No, I don't want to cook again, Meghan. My God, take a break.
So like, Meghan Markle was always called the one who was just too bold, too modern, too real for all that royal life stuff. But if you take away the pretty camera angles and the emotional background music, then what you're left with isn't some magical princess story. It's actually more like this big PR machine. And people are saying it's not about talent. It's all about turning pain into a product, like selling the same sad story again and again.
Never once played a victim, but she is going to cry, and you will like her and you will see her as a victim, no matter how many dollars it takes. If it takes $88 million for you to believe that she is victimized by being a princess, by golly, by the end of it.
So here's what's really happening now. That whole story she's been telling is starting to wear off. Like, people who once supported her are kind of done with it. The sympathy isn't hitting the same. The big flashy deals are slipping away, and the crowd just isn't paying attention like before, because honestly, the whole victim thing doesn't keep working forever.
Every little thing that ever happened to you makes you a special victim, and no matter how horrendous you act, once you receive that status of victimhood, everyone must understand.
So get this. It's starting to look like Meghan's big moment might be fading away, like that huge Spotify deal that was supposed to be a win totally flopped. And we're talking $20 million gone just like that, kind of like how a royal family group chat goes. Dead right after some juicy scandal hits.
One of the executives came out and said they quite literally have no talent, but worse than that, they don't want to work. Never, ever.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard and I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
She's not editing scripts. She's not editing what's going to happen the next day. People are putting that in place. She won't even organize her own clothes. Everything is organized for her. That is not hard work. Hard work is get up in the morning, get to 7 o'clock, get into a factory or a shop and working for 10 hours on your feet, coming home knackered. That's not what happens to her.
So basically, they promised this whole big content empire, like we were supposed to get all these amazing shows and stuff, but guess what? The world got just one podcast. Yep, just one. And let's be real, it didn't feel like some powerful storytelling moment. It felt more like a super fancy voicemail with music playing softly in the back.
Oh, pull it up, Jamie.
Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, in her first ever podcast interview.
I just threw up a little in my mouth.
Why is she showing up on hour-and-a-half-long podcasts? Who's got time for that?
And OMG, the critics totally ripped it apart, saying it was shallow, way too polished, and so scripted, it almost hurt to listen. And the biggest twist is, it was all about being real and authentic, but it didn't sound real at all. And Candace Owens went straight for the jugular, calling it exactly what a lot of people were already thinking, a hustle dressed up with pretty words like empowerment and strength, and she was totally not alone in this. Like, even a big boss at Spotify didn't try to be polite. He just flat out called Meghan and Harry grifters. Not some deep misunderstood artists or unlucky creative minds. Nope, just plain old grifters. And that's the kind of thing you can't really come back from.
They want their privacy, but I don't know. They just are constantly on a podcast, in an interview with Oprah. I mean, this has been the most bizarre pursuit of privacy that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh my God, that hat. Oh God, he's so hot. Look at him. Isn't Prince Harry? She bagged a fox. Oh, but look how nice is she pulling away from her lovely prince. It's so good. Who's filming this?
So Meghan kept it going and took the whole act to Netflix, dropping that Harry and Meghan series that everyone thought would be full of drama. But it mostly turned out to be pretty shot, slow moments and vibes with not much actual tea.
Oh, pull it up, Jamie.
The world's biggest victims right now are the Duke and Duchess of Netflix.
But truth be told, no matter how hard I tried, no matter how good I was, no matter what I did, they were still going to find a way to destroy me.
Yeah, nobody set out to destroy you. You destroyed yourselves in this country with your ludicrous, hypocritical behavior. The truth be told, what you just said is complete and utter garbage.
So after that came with Love Meghan, which was all about lifestyle stuff. And yeah, it looked cute, but people said it had the depth of an Instagram caption and the same energy as those random airport gift shops, like critics called it. Empty fans called it boring, and the numbers were just plain harsh.
I somehow stumbled across a Netflix commercial for the Meghan Markle show. The American actress who became a duchess, who tried to destroy the royal family, which then booted them out of England. How bad that trailer, that seems like the worst show that I've ever heard of.
And the views tanked faster than Meghan's popularity in the UK. Like, people weren't surprised at all. Maybe because they could already tell it was just another perfectly planned story from someone who says she's always being silenced, but still always ends up with the mic and the final say every single time.
I love that your eyes are sparkling right now.
Oh. Oh my God. Dan, I threw up in my mouth.
Yes.
So the more Meghan talks, the less people care. And now it's like, is this a real story or just another fancy ad? And if you're selling realness, but it feels like a beauty launch, don't be surprised when people stop buying, and just when it felt super out of touch, it somehow got worse.
Racism in the royal family, for sure. Meghan just wanting her privacy, but not being able to find it with Netflix cameras in her face, which is weird.
So Meghan's new brand, American Riviera Orchard, showed up, and instead of a big launch, she just gave out fancy jars of jam. Like, that was the whole move. Jam, that's it.
I'm opening this cylinder now. If you're watching, what a ta-da!
It tastes of entitlement, greed, avarice and deception.
So the whole jam thing was supposed to feel cute and fancy with that California vibe, but to a lot of people, it just felt totally out of touch. Like, while regular folks are stressing over bills and basics, Meghan's out here acting like her jam is some kind of magical rich girl self-care potion.
Edible flowers. This is spectacular. Be prepared to take a big intake of breath.
So with everyone struggling to make ends meet, Meghan launching Fancy Jam felt less like a dream and more like a joke. It didn't say passion. It just felt super out of touch and kind of clueless.
Magic moment. I'm going to open it now. Hang on. I heard.
Ooh. So while Archetypes was her way of trying to sound smart and serious, this new Orchard thing feels more like she's going for that perfect cozy catalog vibe. All pretty, no real meaning, and deep down, it's still the same idea that being tied to the royal name means the world will keep watching no matter what.
People want to listen to something that sounds real. They don't want to be lectured about feminism. They don't want to be lectured about what they're doing wrong. They don't want to be told the patriarchy is all around them.
So the thing is, Meghan and Harry keep leaning on those royal titles like they're still some kind of magic key, hoping brands will bite. But out here in the real world, people want more than a pretty logo and a dramatic past. You need to bring real ideas, do the work, and maybe just try reading the room for once.
I'm sure they will tomorrow. I don't have to change anything about myself. I don't need to work. I'm just going to keep doing all the things that I'm doing that have failed, and I'm not going to take any responsibility. I'm not going to suggest that maybe that might be my fault. No. It'll just all change tomorrow.
So Harry just seems like a guy who walked out of the palace with no plan except go with Meghan, and now he's out here looking lost from that book someone else wrote to those awkward events where he looks confused, like he joined the wrong Zoom call by mistake.
You can't critique me because I am Princess Diana's son and I suffered this tragedy. Well, guess what? So did William. So did Prince William. And what you are doing to him, what you have done to his daughter, what you did to Charlotte, your niece, I mean, how dare you?
So Meghan definitely has the drive. No one's denying that. But somewhere between the Fancy Jam and the moody Netflix scenes, and she kind of forgot that you can't call yourself a royal rebel while still holding on to the royal name like it's the only thing keeping you afloat.
The HRH is only given to working royals and senior members of the royal family because it denotes a level of I guess, respect in the public, and also it's not a financial thing. Working royals do not profit. They do not use their names to make money. It's an honor to have an HRH.
So many people, they want all the privileges, they want all of the honors, they want all the plaudits, but they don't want to do anything.
So Meghan and Harry really seem to think the royal titles would carry them forever, like they left the palace, but still wanted all the perks, and people noticed quick. Because at the end of the day, Meghan didn't just leave with love, she left with leverage, and that's what's got everyone talking.
You got married, found yourself a prince, and pimped your way into Hollywood, which is where you always wanted to be. Her mother, who is partially black, but Meghan Markle didn't have any of her black family members at her wedding. This is a woman that was escaping her blackness throughout her entire life until she realized that it could be used to her advantage.
So this whole thing wasn't some dreamy love story, it was more like a smart power play wrapped in fairy tale vibes. Meghan's acting career wasn't really going anywhere, but the second she linked up with Prince Harry Boom, she got something. No TV role ever gave her instant worldwide fame. Not for her work, not for any cause, just for being close to the crown.
There's nothing I like about her. Well, she never stops whining.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s. Wow.
It was planned from the beginning. She denied being interested in the royal family, which she totally was. I know someone who knows the ex-husband who said she had a vision board with Prince Harry on it.
And now that royal connection is basically the whole product, the brand, the spotlight. And for a lot of people watching it, kind of feels like Meghan's running the show while Harry's just there as the side piece, not the star.
Their 7 years, we have seen basically a catastrophic comedy of errors ever since they got married and then ran away to California. Something really bad about this relationship. It hasn't worked.
So it's like whenever Meghan drops a new project, Harry's just standing there doing the supportive husband thing, but not really adding much. He's always a step behind, clapping along like he's just tagging along for the ride instead of actually being part of the whole plan.
But this has been Meghan Markle's MO from the beginning. She wants all of the privileges that go along with an identity, but she doesn't want any of the responsibility. She doesn't want to do any of the work. She wants the tiara. She doesn't want the public service.
And just when it seemed like Meghan might go a few days without some drama boom, Candace Owens showed up with screenshots, sharp shade, and no mercy at all. She didn't just call her her out. She full-on roasted her like extra crispy with a big helping of girl we saw this coming.
Because they don't really know how to make money, right? Their entire brand is talking about their own victimhood. They want them to continue to trash the royal family. You know, this Freudian transfer of I'm now Princess Diana and I must be saved. It's sickening and manipulative.
And it wasn't only Candace going in. Even someone high up at Spotify came out and basically said what everyone else had been low-key saying for ages, that Meghan and Harry weren't some struggling creatives. They were just cashing in and riding the wave for as long as they could.
It's so disrespectful to Queen Elizabeth II's memory. The royal family at this point in time, after the Oprah Winfrey interview, Spare, and the Netflix series, want nothing to do with these two people. Do we really believe that the royal family was trying to trap them in the UK?
That wasn't a review. It was more like a public slap to the brand. Because here's the thing, you can't talk about being real when everything sounds like it was written by lawyers and wrapped in Meghan's super polished fake outrage voice. People weren't asking for a fancy lecture, they just wanted something real. But what they got felt more like a slow motion ad with dramatic music and zero heart.
And you say, the only value that being Black has to me is when I can use it to get ahead and to climb the social ladder. And that's when I'm going to mention it, and I'm going to use it as a shield so you can't say anything because I'm Black and how dare you speak about a Black person in a negative way.
So now everyone's kind of wondering, like, is Meghan finally out of moves, or is she just gearing up to drop one more podcast or random product with a dramatic voiceover and a whole lot of hype? And this isn't just for show or some dramatic stunt. This is real, actual politics in motion, and it's shaking up everything Meghan probably thought was safe. Remember when people laughed this off like some wild internet theory? Well, now it's a real thing being talked about in the House of Lords. Not a viral tweet, not a YouTube rant, but an official move backed by Lord Simon Lee with folks from both sides actually paying attention. So if you made it all the way here, you're definitely one of us, and we're so glad you're along for the ride. Go ahead and tap that follow button, turn on the alerts, and stick around, because the next big twist might be hiding in something as random as a jam jar or a royal side glance.